Hey guys, so it's early. It's not even 6:30. I'm about to go to a workout before work. But I kind of feel obligated to make this video now. I don't want to wait until tonight. I don't want to wait until the afternoon because I did make that video yesterday. I said some things that no longer apply, and I want to go ahead and get some kind of content up to go ahead and address this before I go into work for the day. So last night was a dramatic time. I checked my phone at 11 thinking, well, maybe they'll get it done by now. Nothing. I checked it at midnight, still nothing. And I still felt fine because there were people on Twitter who were indicating that they were working on a deal. They were almost done, da-da-da-da-da. I mean, I don't have a ton of confidence that anybody like that really knows what's going on, but there were a lot of people saying, you know, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and I woke up this morning, 4 years, 140 million, he's staying in Seattle for the foreseeable future. So my concern about the Seattle Seahawks becoming a cheap franchise of, you know, like I said in my video yesterday, seems to have been proven emphatically wrong. A lot of people are saying that he is now the highest paid player in football, which kind of confuses me because I think Aaron Rodgers got more. I think Aaron Rodgers got 4 years, 160. Wilson got 4 years, 140. So maybe that's just looking at the guarantees. I don't know. But looks like he's going to be in Seattle for quite some time. It makes sense. I don't love giving that high percentage of the cap to one player, but it is what you have to do when you have a really good quarterback. And we know, we have a pretty good idea that he is worth that much. I mean, if you look at what he did last year, you look what he did in 2015, he's clearly capable of playing like an MVP candidate and being on the same level as guys like Brees, Brady, Rodgers. I'm hard on him sometimes because the negative plays, his negative plays tend to be really negative and really unacceptable, but that is certainly something that you can work out of his game. That is certainly something you can mitigate. So to me, I'm a little relieved because I feel like the other 31 teams in the NFL, if they were in a similar position with a player like Russell Wilson, they would make sure to keep him. So I did not want the Seattle Seahawks to be the one team in the league that would let someone like that get away. Because what that tells me is that, you know, we're dumber than the other 31 teams, because I don't believe that letting a franchise-level quarterback go is, you know, playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. So I didn't want us to be the one team that was cheap enough to let something like that happen. I didn't want to see the Seahawks be like the one team that was, I don't know, able to outsmart themselves like that. So we ultimately did what every other team in the league would do. We gave our quarterback the money that he wanted. We gave him a ton of money. The contract is not fully guaranteed. The contract is not tied to being a percentage of the salary cap. It's a normal NFL contract. A good chunk of it looks like it's guaranteed, but not all of it. It looks like something you can work with. It looks like something that you can win with as long as you keep doing things like signing Bradley McDougald to a low deal, signing Tyler Lockett to a fair deal, signing, you know, you could throw Doug Baldwin in there, although his contract's, you know, going to be expiring pretty soon. But the next question for me is, how can we make sure that we're getting our money's worth? Because the thing with Wilson is, now that we've given him all this money, we need to make sure that he is given the opportunity to make enough plays to justify it. Because last year, his pass attempts were way down. And I know it's a balancing act. I mean, the first 2 games of the year last year, Wilson was throwing the ball too much. We weren't running the ball enough. And we lost those 2 games. We were turning the ball over. The offense didn't look very good, and it looked bad. And then the rest of the season, we scaled it back. He wasn't throwing the ball that much, and we looked great. And then we get to the playoff game, and then we don't throw the ball enough. We're just running the ball into a brick wall. Wilson doesn't get a chance to exert his will on the game, and we probably lost because of that, because he was playing great when we actually let him throw. So it's a balancing act, I get that, but if we're going to give a quarterback $35 million a year, we can't have him throwing the ball 18 times a game and just run it. That doesn't make any sense. I know we have a good running game. I know we like the running game. I'm not saying we need to throw the ball 60 times a game, but the next challenge is on this coaching staff to make sure we are using Wilson the way he deserves to be used. And that is giving him enough pass attempts to exert his will on the game. So I'm happy. I don't know what happens to Frank Clark. I could see us trading him. I could see us letting him play out the tag. Whatever we do at this point, I'm not worried about us suddenly becoming a cheap organization anymore. So I'm fine. I understand that Clark is going to want a ton of money that we might not be willing to give him. I get the logic behind let's go spend that money on 3 different pass rushers instead of one really good one. But at the same time, Clark is special enough to where you can pay him a ton of money and have it be justified. So I'm going to get out of here. It's a good day. It comes with some caveats. There are some things to be concerned about, but the question to me now is it's on Schottenheimer and Carroll to use Wilson like the $35 million quarterback he now is. All right, peace.